What teas are safe for children? Parents want to give natural remedies to their little ones, but what about allergies? Are there any side effects? What teas and herbs are safe and effective? We're going to answer these questions and more in this video. Zens has hundreds of videos on healthy organic teas and herbal remedies. To learn more, visit the website zensteahouse.com. Some of the side effects of implementing natural remedies are healthy and more regular loose stools. I'm not talking about explosive diapers. No, I mean a more regular schedule that your body, your little baby's body, is developing. Because if our children are eating healthy and implementing natural remedies on a regular basis, not that it's the baby, but it's actually the parents, they are likely going to experience healthier levels of sleep, less stress, and a faster recovery on any of the bumps and bruises that children naturally get. Teas and herbs are great, but they're not for everyone. If children are breaking out in rashes, hives, or they're vomiting multiple times a day, that may be a serious illness and you will want to see a medical physician immediately. Teas and herbs are more preventative and dealing with natural dietary issues. History will show you that teas and herbs have a long track record of helping moms with their little ones. What teas and herbs are the most effective? What is trusted? That is a geographically based question because not every herb grows in every environment. So what cultures have been using tea the longest? The Persian Middle Eastern community has been using teas for centuries. They've used peppermint, different flowers and herbs to help their little ones, and one of the most effective and time-tested is peppermint tea. Peppermint is a cooling agent, and if you've ever looked at herbal tisanes, you'll see that peppermint is often the base for many teas. Why is that? Well, it's caffeine-free, it mixes well with other herbs, it's easy on the body, and it's nice and tasty. Peppermint is a very palatable tea. That is, a lot of people enjoy peppermint. Peppermint is an easy to grow green herb that grows in virtually every environment. You can cook with it, you can make ointments, and parents implement it in their children's diet. Slowly but surely is the most effective way to introduce teas and herbs to your children. When children start eating, you don't want to just give them a smorgasbord of fruits and vegetables and herbs. You want to go ingredient by ingredient. The number one tea that's used in most herbal tisanes is peppermint tea. Chamomile tea, it's a universal Latin American favorite. Chamomile tea, also known as manzanilla, is a very nice relaxing tea. It is caffeine free, it's easy to ground up into a small little powder and introduce it into water. When you are giving your children tea for the first time, you want to make sure it's very diluted. Chamomile, it's a nice yellow flower tea. It produces a nice flavor that is easy to consume. Moms often give their children chamomile when they are teething or they have an upset stomach. It's a nice relaxing tea that helps children who may be a little anxious calm down. How many moms would like a fussy baby who's teething to calm down? Rooibos, a South African redbush tea that's related to the honeybush. It's a little sweet, there's no caffeine, and it's rich in minerals. Many natives of South Africa use rooibos when they're pregnant. Why? Because it helps with cramps, muscle pains. It's a natural anti-inflammatory. And little babies, when they're growing up, their bodies are going through so many hormonal changes. Their bodies are growing up overnight. Rooibos is a safe tea that many moms have been using for centuries. You can mix rooibos with different teas and herbs, including peppermint and chamomile. When you start mixing teas together, especially for your little ones, you want to do it one ingredient at a time. Be safe, be slow, and ideally you would be meeting with a nutritionist to talk about your diet. Because moms, if you're breastfeeding, if you're drinking chamomile, rooibos, or peppermint, well, that gets passed down to your little ones. When it comes to allergies, it's very important to understand that little babies, their palates are being developed. Moms and dads, if you have any allergies, there's a significant chance that your child will also have those same allergies. Fortunately, these teas and herbs are naturally grown, and we build up natural immunities from the animals, the plants, the birds that interact with these different herbs. Whether it's peppermint, chamomile, rooibos, there are several different teas and herbs available for your child. None of them are caffeine free. I want to give a disclaimer. I understand that rooibos, chamomile, and lavender are its own separate species. The tea plant, its botanical name is Chamomile sinensis. is an actual tea leaf and it does carry caffeine. You can slowly introduce caffeine to your children, but it really depends on what you're comfortable with and the health of your child. No child is the same. That means what works for 90% of the children may not work for you. And that goes for medication, diet, sleeping. There is no universal diet or tea for any child because there is no universal child. And if a child is growing up on teas and herbs and natural organic foods, then it will build up a natural tolerance and palate for natural remedies. When it comes to natural remedies, a big factor is the parents. If the parents are eating healthy, if they're drinking organic, if they're implementing natural remedies into their life, it's very likely that the children will be able to implement natural remedies into their diet. We hope you found this video helpful. If so, give it a thumbs up. If you have any testimonial or suggestions of teas and herbs you've implemented in your little one's diet, please leave them in the comment below.
Hormone Alchemy Academy is a 90-day program that helps women overcome hormone imbalances, regulate their menstrual cycle, and optimize fertility naturally. And the best part is all of this is done within 90 days. So if you are ready to fast track your hormone healing and get to the bottom of your hormone symptoms, then this is a program for you. I have the application to apply for Hormone Alchemy Academy on the website, so make sure you check out hormonealchemist.com.
Helping people through the power of tea has been the zenstea model since 2012, and we do this by providing free health education, content to help you and your family make great health and wellness decisions circled around the subject of tea. Zensteahouse is doing a new video series on aphrodisiacs. Yes, sex tea. Not just the maca root libido blend, there's somewhere over here, I'll pop it up here in the link. Maca root libido blend, it's got great reviews. Not so many public, we get the emails, we get the comments. I see the views on YouTube. It's one of our most popular videos, sex tea. I'll leave in the link below. But we're doing a new video series on teas for aphrodisiacs. Not just here in the West, but we'll have Asian aphrodisiacs, these stimulants, Africa, Southeast Asia, the Middle East, they all have their stimulants. They all have these aphrodisiacs. They all have teas to help with libido, stimulants. It's not always about sex. A person who has a healthy sex life, a healthy sex drive, has to come from being healthy inside. This is going to be the video series that we're going to be covering. Teas and herbs to help with health, wellness, and your libido. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment below. If you'd like to get a sample of Zen's #1 maca root libido blend, go to the website zensteahouse.com, or you can email me, fernando@zensteahouse.com. Hope you like this video series and give it a thumbs up. And if there's anything that you'd like us to cover, feel free to leave them in the comment below. Hello everyone, I am with Dr. Wendy KREIDER, and this is Zensteahouse Health and Wellness Hour. Thank you, Dr. Wendy.
Thank you.
You help people with stress.
Yes, I do.
There are different types of stress. So we're talking about how some people, they carry stress in their body, their mind, and their gut. What are some ways that you use to help people who deal with stress? You're a holistic medical physician, you're a chiropractor. How do you help people with stress naturally?
Well, the main thing that I do helping people with stress is I'm able to do the NetworkSpinal, which is my specialty chiropractic care. And what that does is it helps relieve stress in the nervous system. And since your nervous system controls everything, to let go of some stress in your nervous system is a great part of healing and of being able to live your life better.
Now, you said the nervous system. Is that just the back? Is that the head, the mind, your fingers?
No, as a matter of fact, I have this picture that shows us the nervous system. And the thing about the spine is it houses the spinal cord, which comes from the brain and the brain stem, and is actually also part of your brain and goes all the way down your body. And it controls everything that happens in the human body.
Everything?
Everything.
Dang.
It's like the central control center.
So we live in Los Angeles. There are some people who I think are very stressed. And the irony is that people in Los Angeles, they want to look healthy and they want to feel healthy, but they're not actually truly healthy. You know, they want to look stress-free, but how does one know if they're stressed? Like, how does one know if they're even healthy?
Well, that's a very good question. And
sorry, was that a hard question?
it is a hard question, but I'm gonna do my best to answer. Like, you can tell by touching a person's body and how rigid they are, whether they are under stress. So that is one big way. And a lot of people don't even realize how rigid and stiff they are unless all of a sudden they have an injury, or all of a sudden they have a medical condition that pops up. They might not know how stressed they are, but actually like 80% of all diseases is related to stress. So a lot of times the medical is what will clue us in, or the pain.
That hurts to think about, actually.
Right, or the pain, right? Pain is basically telling us something is going wrong, we need to address it. That is what pain's job is and message.
Dr. Wendy KREIDER, how do we know we're in pain?
Well, most people experience pain on a physical level. You know, they come to me and they say, well, I'm having headaches every day, or my upper back feels really stressed, or my low back, like when I get out of bed, I feel like I can't stand up straight. So that's one way to indicate pain, but there's also emotional, mental pain, and there's stress that also comes from the chemicals that are in our environment that we ingest every day.
That is very true. I have people who come in quite often here at this cafe ask, what do you have to help with pain? And like the natural things that, I heard golden milk or turmeric is great, but that can only do so much if they're taking chemicals in, or if, you know, how do people know that they're consuming chemicals?
I think you would just assume we're all consuming some kind of chemicals because of what's in our food and the air that we breathe that has toxins in it. The products that we use on our body, unfortunately, also have a lot of toxins in our society. So the thing is, like, what you can do to get rid of it, and then what you can do to booster yourself, and going back to the nervous system, yourself, your nervous system, your whole being, to be able to fight that off and be the best you can be.
The people who are watching right now, can you comment below some of the toxins that people consume? Because we're here in Los Angeles and we have one of the worst pollution in the world.
Yes.
So we're in consuming, breathing in these toxins in our air, our water, but there's also foods. Can you comment below any foods that you know have toxins? Zensteahouse, organic, wild crafted, that's one of the things that I'm really grateful to be able to do.
Yes.
And you can, people ask me, you know, how do you know if it's organic? Well, I can tell because I've been eating so much. When your body's clear of those toxins, you can feel the difference. You can taste the difference.
Right. You can actually feel on people's skin and in their tissue.
Really?
How much toxins they have. Yes, that's part of what I've been trained to do as a NetworkSpinal chiropractor, to be able to feel like what is in the skin. Is there something chemical going on, as well as emotional, mental, and physical?
So when someone's mentally off, does it show off in their skin sometimes?
Well, usually the big thing with emotional and mental stress is the muscle tension. The muscle tension in your body will show you that. And also the mental stress, how rigid your spinal cord actually is. Because we defend ourselves by being tight and rigid.
Wow. Sometimes I'll feel really sick, and I'm not sick. I physically feel sick. What could that be?
Well, it's probably, again, like a message, like pain is a message to you to stop and look and see what's going on. You might be overexhausted, or you could be something you ate that did not agree with you.
Or lack of food.
Or lack of food. If you tend to not take care of yourself and eat regular meals. Pretty much every processed food is going to have toxins in our country.
Sometimes when I'm stressed out, I forget to eat.
and I just drink tea. I'll drink like 7 to 8 cups of tea a
That's a
day
lot.
on average. I drink lots of tea, and I'm drinking a peach oolong skinny tea right now. And it's just because I like the taste of the tea, but there's been times where I drink too much of this and like I lose weight because I'm not eating, I'm just drinking this. That is hard because that's like a lifestyle.
Right. So the interesting part about chiropractic care and the NetworkSpinal care is they've done studies on it, and what they find is that when people are getting their care, they pay more attention to their physical body, whether they're eating, to their health habits, whether they're working out, whether they're taking care of their spiritual needs. It's all been documented in a study that was done in the 90s at the University of California, Irvine.
Really?
That shows that people actually pay more attention to this stuff after receiving the care.
Their mind, their body, their soul, like chiropractor.
Their general health habits, their general way they think about the world, whether they feel stressed and whether they are conscious of taking care of themselves or not.
I'm thinking of like mindfulness, because you're conscious of your health. When you have a doctor who has their hands on your body, that's what I'm thinking. So many doctors don't spend much time with us. They're just in and out.
Right.
You're not that type of doctor.
No, I'm definitely not that type of doctor. I'm very low tech in a high tech world, but I, really believe, and I purposely spend a lot of time training myself for how to feel these different things we're talking about in a person just by gently touching their back.
Could you touch like a person's hand and know if they're stressed out or not? Or
probably if I concentrated on it, yes, but it's more like I'll feel your spine and what's going on, muscle tension.
Feel that monkey on my back?
A lot if you pay attention. Oh, yes. Definitely a knot in your neck.
Well, I have a baby. She's 1 year old. And I have a 3-year-old and a 16-year-old and a 20-year-old. So, and a wife, too. That's what it goes.
Lots.
Oh, they got this business too, zensteahouse. We hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to get in touch with Dr. Wendy KREIDER, how do they get in touch with you?
Well, they can call me at 562-943-2431, or they could go to my website, which is drwendykreider.com.
You do over the phone asking questions about health and wellness?
Yes, and also people can contact me directly through my website for appointments.
If you want the website, click the link below. You call the number below. Hope you like this video. Give it a thumbs up and leave us a comment about the health questions you would like zenstea House to cover.
Hi, my name is Alexis, and today we're going to be packing peach oolong.